It's Wednesday, September the 25th. Gus and I are out on our walk. But anyway, we're on the second leg of our walk, which is the walk back home. I'm doing 2 miles today, which I was doing 3. Having some issues that make me want to cut my walk a little shorter, but considering my history, I think 2 miles a day is pretty daggum good. The walk home is uphill for the most part. Not steep uphill, but uphill enough that your legs know the difference. You get a little bit more winded. But anyway, I'll see you back at the house. Just finished my walk. This week I'm doing 2 miles a day. I was up to 3, but I'm not feeling motivated for 3. This week. And if I wasn't taking Gus along with me, the Labrador Retriever, it would be much easier, and 3 would be no problem at all. He is the problem. You got your coffee this morning? This is my Krispy Kreme coffee cup. Coffee is the only thing, unless I have a complete brain breakdown, coffee is the only thing that I get at Krispy Kreme. Now, do I love a Krispy Kreme donut? Oh yeah, I love Krispy Kreme. I could wolf down a dozen Krispy Kreme donuts and drink some chocolate milk. Oh, I love it. But you know what I say? I say that if you know, go on, Gus, if you know something's bad for you and you eat it, you're sowing seed, which is a scripture I'm going to share with you, but you're sowing seed and you're going to reap the harvest of eating something that's bad for you. Why eat something? And I've had many, many years of my life eating bad. And then in the last 30 years of my life, I have been a yo-yo dieter. And I hope that I'm on my very last eating plan, which is carnivore or ketovore at the very least, where I might eventually start incorporating some collard greens, something like that. Genesis 3:22 says, I don't know if I'm going to quote this exactly right, but you'll get it. It says that as long as the earth remains, cold and heat, summer and winter, springtime and fall and springtime and summer, I think is what it says, shall day and night shall not fail. As long as the earth remains, seed time and harvest, summer, cold and hot, summer and spring, I think, day and night shall not cease. Now, I would like to look at that scripture backwards. Backwards. Day and night. Now, day and night can be the clock, sunrise to sunset, or sunset to sunrise. Nighttime could also be a season of your life, a time that things seem dark and dreary in your life. Summer and spring, heat and cold, all of that can be good times, bad times, prosperous times, lean times. But during all of those times, Ecclesiastes says, Ecclesiastes chapter 3 says that to everything there's a season. To everything there's a season. So life is full of seasons. Everything has seasons. Sports has seasons. Harvest has seasons. There's seasons for planting. There's seasons for harvest. There's seasons of health. Sometimes there's seasons of not being healthy, seasons of joy, seasons of sadness. We just have to learn to recognize the seasons in our life. But if you look at that scripture backwards, the thing that I want you to see is no matter where the seasons are, the very first line in that scripture says, as long as the earth remains, seed time and harvest shall not fail. That means you sow the seed. You sow the seed. It takes a little bit of seed to create a humongous harvest. A little bit of seed. This much seed covers the supper table. So we learn to sow seed. And one of the things that I like to say is this: if I do what I can do, God will do, or at least, at the very least, it opens the door for God to do what I cannot do. If I do what I can do, it opens the door for God to do what I cannot do. Remember the story, Elijah and the widow? And he was hungry, and he said, what you doing? She says, I'm gathering a few sticks. I have a little bit of flour and just a little bit of oil, and I'm going to make a cake, and my son and I, we're going to eat it, and then we're going to die. And Elijah said, make me a piece of bread first. Now, I could go all day long and rant and rave about this prophet asking this woman to feed him first when her child was about to die from starvation. But you know what she did? She did it. She went and she fed him first, and then the meal, the flour, and the oil didn't run out. The flour and the oil didn't run out for a long time. So then Elisha and the woman who said, man, I'm about to lose my son. My husband died, he left debts. They're going to take my son to pay off my husband's debts. What do you have? Elisha asked her. I have a little bit of oil in a pot. That's all she had. A little bit of oil in a pot. And Elisha said, raise your expectation. Go get as many vessels as you can. Those vessels represent expectation. Even when times are lean, even when times are hard, even when you're going through a spiritual battle, God, I know you're a big God and you can do things for me. God, that you can work miracles. And I'm raising my expectation, and I'm going to take acts of faith based on the fact that I'm raising my expectation. And I'm going to do what the prophet said. I'm going to go get all of these vessels. So they went and got as many vessels in the community, empty vessels, as they could get. And then he said, begin to pour that oil into those vessels. And she poured the oil into those vessels until every one of those vessels was full of God's blessings. Harvest, seed time and harvest, day and night, hot, cold. Seed time and harvest doesn't fail. And a miracle was worked because she did what she could do. She did what she could do. So what I want to tell you is this: attack what's attacking you. Attack what is attacking you. If you're broke, attack that. Hey, go have a yard sale. Attack it. Go get a second job. Pick up some aluminum cans. Take some scrap metal to the scrap yard. You don't even know what I'm talking about. Attack the thing that discourages you. Attack the thing that discourages you. Go after a victory over the things that you feel defeated over. Anyway, hope that made some sense. I hope you got some coffee. Hey, not only do I have coffee, I got a big jug of water. Later.